Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the January 12th Finance Committee meeting. This is the first meeting of the new term, so it's going to be what's life without whimsy this evening. And because we don't have formal committee assignments yet, so generally speaking, if you're new to the room and you haven't attended one of these, I would kick the resolution directly to the committee chair, let you explain it, and go from there, whether you're explaining it or inviting a guest from the department to explain it. So I think tonight it's just going to be a little bit more of me talking, and hopefully we can get through that quickly. So I'm going to start with temporary resolution 126. That is through Safety Committee. That's authorizing LPD to apply for a 2026 drug use prevention grant. I see Deputy Chief Caton. Do you want to speak to that, or are you good? Would anybody new to the room like to hear about that? How about you come up anyways? And since you don't get to come very often, you're here.
Do I need to sign in?
Oh,
No.
Nope. All right, okay. The drug use prevention grant is a yearly grant. We've been getting that grant for probably the past, pushing 18 years. It is a partial salary reimbursement for DARE officers who are teaching drug use prevention in the schools.
Any questions? Mr. Ogg?
How many DARE officers do we have?
We currently have 2. One just got certified here this past year. One is active, and then the second one is getting ready to probably start teaching DARE this coming school year.
Any other questions for Deputy Chief? All right, seeing none.
Also,
Yes.
if I could, I wanted to take this opportunity. My name's, like I said, Chris Caton, and I'm currently the acting chief of police while Chief Snyder is out for the next 3 months at the FBI National Academy. And that's Brian Underwood over there, and he's the current acting deputy chief. And just to let you know, I know a couple of you, but we'll be around between the finance committee and the regular meeting to give you business cards or anything if you need to.
My apologies, acting chief. All right, thank you very much. Second resolution that we have, 226, that's through administrative services. This is authorizing the city departments to dispose of property via online auction. It's a yearly piece that we do as well. I don't know if the mayor or SSD would like to speak on that.
sure. I think that many of you know that we have used GovDeals in the past as the online auction site to sell some of our fixed assets. In the past, we've also used, we've provided a city auction. However, what we're finding is we are able to sell a lot of our fixed assets that we're getting rid of and get much more revenue off of the GovDeals site. So last year was our actual physical city auction here at the city, and we will be moving to put everything that we are getting rid of on GovDeals from here on out.
Any questions? Great, thank you very much. That's 3 readings. The third piece, temporary resolution 326, also through administrative services. Actually, I lumped them together with 3, 4, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. I think that was how it was grouped together from the law director's email that you all should have seen last week, authorizing the administration to participate in cooperative or joint purchasing programs. SSD, Woody, do you want to touch on that one too?
Yes, so we are required, anytime we hit a certain threshold, we are required to do procurement processes. Oftentimes, we do that ourselves. You get legislation like that throughout the year where we are going to bid something out ourselves, and it's quite the process to bid it out ourselves. What we have available to us are called cooperative purchasing programs, and currently we belong to 5 different cooperative purchasing programs. But to stay part of those cooperative purchasing programs, it is required of us to renew legislation every year to be a part and be members of those cooperative purchasing programs. The benefit of those cooperative purchasing programs is that they have already gone out and done the procurement process for us. So they already have listed the lowest and best prices, and already have contracts. So once we sign memberships with these, then we are able to take advantage of that without having to go through the procurement process ourselves. So one of the biggest ones that we use in the city is the Ohio State term contract. So you'll see legislation asking, for us to be able to use state term. Another one I think that we've used in the past was Sourcewell. I think you've seen some legislation regarding Equalis in the past for us to purchase off of Equalis. But again, this just allows us to have memberships with these cooperative purchasing programs for the calendar year of 2026. Anything that the law director would like to add?
Any questions on those pieces? Seeing none, thank you. We'll move on to temporary resolution 726 through Law Committee that authorizes the law director to apply for a VAWA grant funding for 2027. Law Director Hall.
Yes, sir. This is an annual piece too, just like the police department. Annually, we go out for an award from VAWA, Violence Against Women Act. It's federal funds. Those funds were just reinstated, in 2024 for 2025, or reapproved by the federal government. So we expect that pot of money to continue for a little bit longer. Unfortunately, sometimes there's a little bit of trouble between the federal government and the state government determining when they're going to put out the RFP and when they're going to require, all of the paperwork to be submitted. So we just like to do it at the beginning of the year so that we're ready whenever the RFP comes out to go ahead and get our proposals submitted as soon as possible. Anybody have any questions about it?
Mr. Nisley.
Yes, Law Director, I just have one question. I know since these are federal, my apologies. Since these are federal funds, I'm just curious if you might know some of the strings that are attached from the federal government in terms of, if we were to accept these funds, what do they require us to do?
So they require us to do a few basic things, some accounting, right, to make sure that we're not misspending any federal dollars. They also require us to not discriminate on the basis of sex, gender, age, race, ethnicity, every possible identifier. We are not allowed to discriminate. We have to provide some proof that we're actually doing what we're supposed to do. So we have to collect numbers that indicate exactly what we're doing in terms of the number of victims we're helping, the crimes that we help them with. We have to track all of their statistics as well. So we track race, age, gender, and the type of crime that is being committed against them. And we have to submit those numbers quarterly. And then annually, we have to follow up and do what's called the Muskie Impact Report. And it's the final report for the full year that basically puts all of that information together to give the federal government a better picture of what we did with the money that we were provided.
Any other?
Mr. Chair?
Yep.
One more question. Do you feel that the funds that are allocated are adequate to suffice for all of the reporting requirements that are required under the federal law?
It's not fun to keep track of that, obviously, but the $60,000, that's the maximum award amount. We got $51,000 for this coming year. The money helps offset one of our family and dating violence unit prosecutors. And if you've never heard of that position in my office, it's one of the assistant prosecutors who helps prosecute all of the adult victim-related crimes that occur with a focus on what we call Senate Bill 2 crimes. So domestic violence, assault, menacing by stalking, telecommunications harassment, menacing, criminal trespass, just a wide variety of all sex crimes as well, any of the sex crimes that we prosecute. So that position is integral to guaranteeing the community's safety, and specifically female victims, which is who it's supposed to serve mainly. But we also serve secondary victims, like I said. We can't discriminate, so we have to serve children. Males are sometimes victims of the same crimes. We serve them as well. So yeah, I think it's worth it. It's not always going to be a reliable funding source, And that's why, we caution every year about the fact that we don't know how much we're going to get, and we have to budget a little bit over what we normally would in order to cover any shortfall. But the value of what that Family and Dating Violence Unit prosecutor gives to the citizens of Lancaster and frankly all of Fairfield County, since we prosecute all adult misdemeanor crimes that occur in the county, is absolutely worth the trouble.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Any other questions for the law director? All right, seeing none, we're gonna move on to temporary resolution 826. That's gonna be coming through water pollution. Authorizes a then and now certificate or multiple certificates for environmental engineering to pay bills from year end 2025. Auditor Nettles, do you wanna speak to that one, or I can't see who I have?
Denise Cruz is here.
Is Denise, you're behind the podium and
I know, I'm sure.
couldn't see you.
Good evening. In September of 2025, the Ohio Revised Code changed some sections related to construction law that applies to the city of Lancaster. So we had asked Bricker and Grayson, who does our construction legal work, to update our construction documents to include these changes. At the same time, they also include changes based on various legal rulings that have occurred. They submitted the November bill after the auditor closed the books, so I wasn't able to adjust the purchase order for the 2025 payments. So I need the bill I have in hand is for November. I will be receiving the bill for December, and I need a then and now for those.
And then 2 readings is okay?
2 readings is fine.
Okay. Any questions on that one? Seeing none, and you're still staying up there, so 926 and 1026 I lumped together on here.
All right.
If you want to go over those.
Wow, it's been over 20 years now since the city sold revenue bonds for the water and wastewater projects. And as part of those revenue bonds, we were required to set up certain construction and capital improvement funds. So the 6026 is the money where bond money goes. 6027 is capital improvements for the water department. 6029 is capital improvements for the water pollution department, and 6030 is the water pollution bond money. Because these are all dealing with construction projects, we can't tell you in August when we do the budgets how much money we're going to have left in these funds, how much money we're going to have left on the contracts, and how much revenue we're going to have left coming from the various loans that we've received. So 20 years ago, Mary Green and I set up this process that this was the easiest way to handle these accounts. So we close everything out at the end of the year. We then appropriate whatever's left, plus whatever you've approved the departments to transfer in, plus however much loan money is yet to come in, and that all goes into this appropriation.
Any questions? Okay. That covers 9 and 10.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. All right, I don't have any other resolutions that I'm aware of. We have one new ordinance, temporary ordinance 126. That's going to be a code enforcement and zoning committee. That is a request to amend the city's zoning map. Chaslin, are you coming up? Yes.
Good evening, everyone. So I have a nice little summary that I did for Planning Commission. I'm just going to read that, and then if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those. So the property owner at 1560 East Main Street, Eleanor Rickley, requested to change the zoning. This parcel of land contains approximately 0.49 acres. In total, it currently resides in the city of Lancaster. Prior to the zoning code amendment in September of 2023, this parcel, along with the adjacent properties to the east and west, were designated as commercial general. So during the zoning code revision, the property was zoned mobile home community to avoid spot zoning. There were several other areas around Lancaster that kind of happened. We are currently in the process of cleaning up some of this or trying to reverse the zoning. So how these properties were historically commercial uses. So the current mobile home community designation for these properties, they've just created additional challenges when there's been sign changes or changes of uses, and basically changing kind of the overall compatibility of the character of this corridor, this commercial corridor. So the property owner just wanted to get kind of that zoning rechanged. They have a project that is going there that requires it to be changed before the city.
Any questions for Chaz, Joe?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just one question for you, Chaslin. What is the timeline for the property owner for that project?
I think that
Basically, I'm thinking in terms of whether we need to suspend or something. You know, I don't want something to hold up the property owner from making changes. That's the root of my question.
Sorry, not on. Because you have to have a public hearing whenever you have a zoning map amendment, I'm sorry.
No, you're
You
good.
can't do it until after the public hearing is held. And
Understood.
I believe the clerk has scheduled that for February 9th at this point.
Thank
So,
you. Appreciate
No
that.
problem.
Any other questions? So in summary, it was commercial general, got changed by accident, if you will. We're just trying to change it back.
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions? I don't have any other ordinances that I was made aware of, so we can move straight to department updates. Have any department updates from the crowd? Chief?
Good evening. I just want to give council a brief update. There was a large incident on Saturday, January 10th, 1366 Sheridan Drive. It was an apartment complex that caught fire. It quickly escalated to 3 alarms, which means we had resources come in from 13 other fire departments. And there was just over 60 firefighters to get that blaze under control. We were there about 6 hours. During that time, we also called in folks to come in and cover the city. So the city was being covered while they were on scene of that fire. Appears to be accidental. 24 people were displaced, and we got a hold of American Red Cross and the Charity Newsies to help them out. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other department updates? I'm gonna let Denise go first.
This is hot off the presses as of this afternoon. We learned that the Ohio Department of Development has awarded us one of 9 grants for the energy efficiency projects. We are receiving $256,798. This is for the South Water Plant. We'll be updating to LED lighting and updating our boilers. And more importantly, if you've ever been down there in the winter, we're working on the building insulation to try and keep the building a little bit warmer. And we've identified some problems there. This is a 50% grant, and it was based on the amount of savings we were going to see over the life of the project. So we're really excited about this. This has been on our radar for a long time.
Mr. Bizjak?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a quick question for you, Denise. What are those savings, out of curiosity? And congratulations, by the way, but I think that's great news, and we need, I think, to further accent the great news, it'd be great to hear what those savings would be, potentially.
Off the top of my head, and I don't remember from the study, but it's over $500,000 in
All right.
savings.
Thank you.
Auditor Nettles?
Yeah, I'll be bringing in a legislation piece next meeting to reduce the budget and the escrow fund in 8060. When we set the budget, we had escrow funds at that time, but in December, Kokosing for the North Water Treatment Plant came in and did a drawdown on their escrow, which the budget was already passed. So I rolled into 2026 with $700,000 less than I anticipated, so I'm gonna have to bring in a piece to lower that expense budget to match the cash that I rolled over with.
Okay. Any Questions for the auditor? No? Any other department updates? Ms. Bosco?
I'm Stephanie Bosco. I'm the Economic Development Director. So this week, I sent an email out to council, and I just wanted to kind of remind you, we've got an event on February 3rd to review the housing study findings and to have some conversations on recommendations moving forward. So I hope you'll join us there. And then January 20th at 1 p.m., we have a VIP tour of the Shoemaker. I just took a walk past a little bit ago. You can see the first built-out unit. Looks great from the ground, at least. So I hope you guys can join me and let me know if you have any questions.
Nobody can ask her any questions because she already left. So,
There you go.
well, that's fine. All right, any other department updates? Okay.
It's really just a heads up, the State of the City address is February 12th at 11 a.m. at Crossroads. You can register online at the Chamber of Commerce website. Just click the link to register. It is sold out every year. I hear they have a charismatic speaker. So get your tickets right away.
Any questions for the mayor? No. All right. Any
Who's the
other-
speaker?
Any other department updates? Seeing none, council meeting prep with President Porter.
Tonight we have 2 resolutions on for third reading and a lot of first readings of resolutions, I think approximately 10, and 1 first reading of an ordinance. So hopefully quick.
Okay. The only other thing I added, other discussion items, was the proposed council committee assignments. Everybody got a copy of those passed around to you before we started this. Hopefully you had a chance to look at them. I wanted to discuss them now so we could go out of the order of business in the regular meeting. We need to vote to accept or not accept those. And then maybe we can just throw all the newbies in the deep end and you'll figure out how to, I guess, announce your legislation and then go from there. So you can open up to questions. Basically, what I did, this is the second time I've been in charge of doing this. I got with everyone, or everyone got with me, kind of gave their thoughts, preferences, and then we look at, I tend to look at experience, like where does that make sense that you get plugged in? And I have to say, it kind of, most of them fell into place, so I'm hoping everybody understands kind of when you're looking at them, the thought process, understands the value of how it kind of panned out. Some slight changes, for those of you who have been here for a minute, we stuck with 9 committees for 10 people, so there is a vice chair listed on there. So the vice chair, it was a toss-up between the 2 committees that you see the most legislation for, and also those 2 committees have the departments that spend the most money in the city. So it's water and safety. So made sense that one of those 2 goes that way. It kind of fell to the safety committee to have a vice chair, and then the finance committee members. So Mr. Solly, Mr. Ailes, myself as proposed. I feel like finance is like the de facto 4th committee for everybody. You all attend our meetings, and then we get away with not attending a 4th one. So I made phone calls to Mr. Ailes and Mr. Solly, and they agreed to sit on a 4th committee. So that's why you see that the way that it's set up. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask them. Don't be too harsh. But I try and put some time and thought and effort into it, so it makes sense for everybody. So if you guys have any questions, now's the time. If everyone seems to be okay with them, or you don't want to tell me you're okay with them, and then we just vote and you vote no, then I'll understand you weren't okay with them. Mr. Ailes?
You added IT telecom to the service, that has never been part of the service before.
So-
No, that was,
Gas has its own IT telecom, and I think he just accidentally put a comma in there. Or not telecom, gas has its own IT, technically. And so that's in the standing committees already.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
So I think we just have a comma, and it just needs to be gas IT, because it's the gas department and then gas department's IT, since it's part of the service committee.
yeah, my IT
Sorry.
person kind of did that, so.
Sorry about that.
No, so the composition of the committees are all the same.
Okay.
From previously, so. Everyone's digesting, so I'm giving it a minute. This is where we need like Jeopardy music or hold music in general.
A compelling public speaker.
Yeah,
Somebody will find out about later.
charismatic guy down at the end. I would assume if anybody's like severely mad, they would have said something by now, but anyways, all right, we're good? Great. Again, you don't have to vote yes, but we'll do that part in the normal. Should we spend a few minutes discussing, like, I think everybody's been to a meeting, so you'll see if
So, yeah,
everybody has their binder with emotions and stuff?
correct.
Okay.
But tonight, since we only have the two third readings, which are Public Works, who's our person for the Public Works?
John.
Okay, John's been here, he'll know how to do it.
I'll be the second, Mr. President.
All right.
And then everybody else, obviously, it's just a matter of, stating the number of readings. So,
Yeah, it's a bunch of Miss Cohen and.
yes,
Yeah.
You're going to
And Mr. Ailes.
Are you going to assign the seconds as we go through?
We won't have to because all of them are first
Okay.
reading, but
get that on there.
well, I think then the next time you'll have the seconds on there.
I can
Okay.
go ahead and do like the chair and then let them
Yeah. So,
say.
All right.
Yeah,
because
just
the
slide
chair's
them in
going to
for
be the only
Yep.
one that has to say anything
Yep.
tonight. And then Joe's doing the second on the two that we have. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
That's all I have, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mr. Solly? Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Aug, and the Finance Committee is adjourned.
Thank you. The regular session of Lancaster City Council will commence at 6:40.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Great automotive service is just around the corner at the Buckeye family of dealerships. Whether it's Buckeye Nissan at Hilliard, Georgesville Nissan at the Georgesville Auto Mall, Buckeye Honda of Lancaster, Buckeye Toyota of Lancaster, or Buckeye Collision Center in Hilliard. Team Buckeye services all makes and models at each location, utilizing modern practices with hundreds of years of experience, giving you peace of mind. That's how we Buckeye.
Please rise if able and join me in a moment of prayer. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and finally the wisdom to know the difference. I now call the January 12th Lancaster City Council meeting to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes.
Here.
Mr. Bishak.
Here.
Mr. Carr.
Yes.
Ms.
Here.
Cohen.
Here.
Mrs. Hoop. Here. Mr. Knisely.
Here.
Mr. Ogg.
Here.
Mr. Schoonover.
Here.
Ms. Smiley. Here. And Mr. Solly.
Here.
Let the record reflect that all 10 members of Lancaster City Council are present this evening. I believe one council member might have had some good news over the holidays. Councilmember Knisely, did you had a child?
Well, my wife did.
Yes.
Congratulations.
You did, I mean, yes. You played a part.
Yes, I did. Thank you. He's doing well. Mom's doing well, but recovering, and we're just getting, we have a 2-year-old, but it's been, sometimes you forget some of the things you went through with the first one, with the newborn. So just getting used to it again. But it's been good. It's very rewarding, very, very rewarding.
Well,
so thank you.
Congratulations. Reading and disposing of the journal.
I have 2 of them. I have regular meeting minutes dated December 15th, 2025, and then special meeting minutes January 5th, 2026.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to receive and file the journal.
Second.
We have a motion and second to receive and file the journal. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Reports of city officials.
I have 5 this evening. I have email dated December 16th, 2025 regarding the OCJS Awards in Violence Against Women's Act grants submitted by Law Director Stephanie Hall. Email dated December 31st, 2025 regarding the 2025 mandated reporting of seized money accounts submitted by Police Chief Nick Snyder. Email dated January 2nd, 2026 regarding January 2026 Planning Commission meeting submitted by City Planner Chaslin Carter, followed up by a January 8th email 2026 regarding the Public Commission or Planning Commission's meeting summary submitted by City Planner Chaslin Carter. And then finally, email dated January 5th, 2026, regarding the December 2025 income tax collection report submitted by the Income Tax Commissioner, Amy Hamilton.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to receive and file the reports of city officials.
Second.
We have a motion and second to receive and file the reports of city officials. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Communications.
I have 6 of them this evening. I have a series of emails dated December 15th through the 17th regarding West 6th Avenue Rehabilitation Public Records request submitted by Mark Zerda of the Government Records Requests and responded by Stephen Wellstead, our Stormwater Manager. Email dated December 17th, 2025 regarding the WODA Cooper application submitted by Stephanie Bosco with the Lancaster Port Authority. Email dated December 21st, 2025 regarding the Phase 1 environmental site assessment submitted by Alex Robinson with EBI Consulting. A series of emails dated December 25th through the 30th, 2025 regarding East Fair Avenue Improvement Project Public Records Request submitted by Mark Zerda of the Government Records Request and responded by Kurt Schonk of City Engineer. Your email dated December 22nd, 2025 regarding the 2021 through 2023 years Northeast Gas Main Replacement Public Records Request submitted by Mark Zarada of the Government Records Requests. And then I've got one last one, an email dated December 24th, 2025 regarding the 2021 Street Improvement Program Paving Public Records Request submitted by Mark Zarada with Government Records Requests.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to receive and file the communications.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to receive and file the communications. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. We have no special presentations or awards this evening. We do not have any petitions or memorials. We've now reached the time in our agenda for permission of voters and taxpayers to address council. If there is anybody in attendance this evening that would like to address council, please approach the podium, fill out the information with your address and your name, and you would have 3 minutes to address council. Seeing none, we thank you for your attendance this evening. Reports of standing committees.
I have 3 this evening. I have water pollution meeting minutes amendment dated December 28th, 2025, submitted by Mr. Wing. And then I have finance committee meeting minutes dated January 7th, 2026, submitted by Mr. Schoonover. And then finance committee meeting agenda dated January 9th, 2026, submitted by Mr. Schoonover.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to receive and file the reports of standing committees.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to receive and file the reports of standing committees. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Reports of special committees.
There are no reports.
We have no public hearing this evening. We would now move to the reading of resolutions, but I believe there's going to be a motion.
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to go outside the regular order of business to discuss committee assignments.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go outside the regular order of business to discuss committee assignments. Please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjak?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nicely?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley?
Yes.
And Mr. Solly?
Yes.
We are now outside the regular order of business.
As discussed in the finance meeting, we're going to take this time to vote to accept the proposed committee assignments for this term.
Do we have a motion to approve the committee assignments as presented in writing for this term?
Second.
I'm asking for the motion.
Oh, I thought you made the motion.
Did you make the motion?
Was that my motion?
Well, I'm
I'll make
asking for
that
a motion.
motion that we
Okay.
vote to
That's the way I
assign them
understood
as proposed.
Okay. And we have a second.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjak?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nicely?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley?
Yes.
And Mr. Solly?
Yes.
Motion to approve the committee assignments passes 10-0. We will now move back into the regular order of business, beginning with the third reading of resolutions with temporary resolution 105-25.
I have a resolution to authorize the Service Safety Director to enter into an agreement, into agreements with the Fairfield County Board of Commissioners with various consultants as needed, and to advertise for bids and enter into a contract for the construction of the project known as the Wiley Road Reconstruction Project. This is through Public Works Committee, Mr. Carr and Mr. Bizjak.
Councilmember Carr.
Mr. President, I would like to make a motion that council pass, engross, and enter upon the written record resolution temporarily numbered 105-25.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 105-25. Any discussion? Councilmember Carr.
None at this time.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjak?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nicely?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
Mr. Solly?
Yes.
I'm sorry, and Ms. Smiley?
Yes.
Did that out of order? Okay.
Temporary resolution 105-25 passes 10-0. Temporary resolution 106-25.
A resolution of consent for preliminary legislation and to authorize the Service Safety Director to enter into agreements as necessary to complete the projects known as FAI US 22 State Route 37-158, VAR PID 98022, and D05 for year 2027, Bridge Rehab West PID number 124808. Once again, this is through Public Works Committee, Mr. Carr and Mr. Bizek.
Councilmember Carr.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that council pass, engross, and enter upon the written record resolution temporarily numbered 106-25.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record, temporary resolution 106-25. Any further discussion?
Not at this time.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizek?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisely?
Yes.
Mr. Aug?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley?
Yes.
And Mr. Sully?
Yes.
Temporary resolution 106-25 passes 10-0. There are no second readings of resolutions this evening, so we will now move to the first reading of resolutions, beginning with temporary resolution 1-26.
A resolution authorizing the Lancaster Police Department to apply for the 2026-2027 Drug Use Prevention Grant. This is through Safety Committee, Mr. Bizek.
Councilmember Bizek.
Thank you, Mr. President. This will be the first three readings.
First of three readings on temporary resolution 1-26. Temporary resolution 2-26.
A resolution authorizing the city departments to dispose of the city property no longer needed via internet auction in 2026 and declaring an emergency. This is through Administrative Services Committee, Ms. Cohen.
This will be
Councilmember Cohen.
first of three readings.
First of three readings on temporary resolution 2-26. Temporary resolution 3-26.
A resolution authorizing the city of Lancaster to join the Cooperative Council of Governments and participate in the Equalis Group Cooperative Purchasing Program. This again is through Administrative Services Committee, Ms. Cohen.
Councilmember Cohen.
First of three readings.
First of three readings on temporary resolution 3-26. Temporary resolution 4-26.
A resolution authorizing the city of Lancaster to participate in the Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Program. Again, this is through Administrative Services Committee, Ms. Cohen.
Councilmember Cohen.
First of three readings.
First of three readings on temporary resolution 4-26. Temporary resolution 5-26.
A resolution authorizing the city of Lancaster to participate in the Master Intergovernmental Cooperative Purchasing Agreement administered by the Omnia Partners Public Sector Administrative Services Committee, Ms. Cohen.
Councilmember Cohen.
First of three readings.
First of three readings. You're getting broken in tonight on this, right? Temporary resolution 6-26.
Okay, so the last one for her. A resolution authorizing the city of Lancaster to participate in the State of Ohio Cooperative Purchasing Program. And lastly is Administrative Services Committee, Ms. Cohen.
Councilmember Cohen.
First of three readings.
Thank you. Temporary resolution 7-26.
A resolution authorizing the City Law Director's Office to apply for the Violence Against Women Act grant. This is through Ms. Smiley.
Through Law Committee.
Law Committee, Ms. Smiley.
Councilmember Smiley.
First of three readings.
First of three readings on temporary resolution 7-26. Temporary resolution 8-26.
A resolution authorizing then and now certificates for the payment of bills for November and December 2025 in the Environmental Engineering Fund 7030. This is through Water Pollution Control Committee, Mr. Ailes.
Councilmember Ailes.
First of three readings.
First of two.
Two readings.
Thank you. First of two readings on temporary resolution 8-26.
Surrounded by first of three readings.
Temporary resolution 9-26.
A resolution to set a 2026 revenue and expense budget in the Water Construction Fund 6026, Water Utility Reserve Fund 6027, Wastewater Utility Reserve Fund 6029, and Wastewater Construction Fund 6030. Amend their certificates with the county auditor and authorize then and now certificates for payments of bills. This is through Water Pollution Control Committee, Mr. Ailes.
Councilmember Ailes.
First of two readings.
First of two readings on temporary resolution 9-26. Temporary resolution 10-26.
A resolution to set a 2026 revenue and expense budget in the Stormwater Utility Reserve Fund 6019. Amend the certificate with the county auditor and authorize then and now certificates for the payment of bills. This is through Water Pollution Control Committees, Mr. Ailes.
Councilmember Ailes.
First of two readings.
First of two readings on temporary resolution 10-26. We now move on to the reading of ordinances. We have no third readings. We have no second readings. We have one first reading, temporary ordinance 1-26.
I have an ordinance to amend the City of Lancaster's zoning map to change the zoning of 0.49 plus or minus acres identified as Fairfield County Auditor Tax Parcel Number 0535005900 from Mobile Home Community District to the Commercial General District. This is through Code Enforcement and Zoning Committee. Mr. Sully.
Councilmember Saul.
Thank you, Mr. President. It'll be first of three readings.
First of three readings on temporary ordinance 1-26. We have no tabled legislation this evening. We have no unfinished business. Or do we? Does anybody have any unfinished business this evening? It appears we do not. I now move on to new business.
I do have two transfer liquor license. One for J. Mahant Guru LLC from KDA Lancaster LLC. And I did receive some response on that from the police department. I had reached out to them and they had given me a number of items. I have to respond that tonight after work. So that one we need to vote on. And then 641 One Stop Carryout LLC from LCL Shoe LLC. So they're just transferring names.
Okay, so these are both transfers, and you indicated that there were some things that were presented regarding the first one.
The first one, yes.
Okay, and what were those?
Do you want me to read them, or
Were they just-
suspicious person? I mean,
Okay, so it looks like, excuse me, yeah, you can just read
Okay.
them. Go ahead, because it's hard to read the small print.
right. The first one was on 12/18.
Did they have an overall recommendation?
Where are they at? Did
There.
you?
They don't generally make a recommendation.
They just provide
They usually just provide the information to you. And I'll just go ahead. I reviewed it, and there were 2 break-ins, 2 suspicious person calls, and then 1 medical emergency inside the building.
Okay.
So those were the 5 calls that
So
were.
those were calls to the premises themselves, but not necessarily reflective of the transfer of ownership.
Correct, yes, that's for the prior year. They always look at the prior year, so it would
Okay.
be the current
Okay.
owner.
So do we have a motion to allow those transfers to proceed?
I would make that motion.
Do we have a second? We have a motion and a second to allow those 2 transfers to proceed without objection. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay. Is that sufficient to dispose of those?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen.
Okay, and then you've got to announce the public hearing.
Yes, and we have a public hearing on February 9th of 2026 in regards of ordinance temporary 1-26 for the Code Enforcement and Zoning Committee for the 0.49 acres.
Okay, yeah, so that'll be in relation to the rezoning that we heard about tonight from everybody, so that'll be the date for the public hearing. Typically, in new business, we do go around and ask the committee chairs for updates, given that you have not had your meetings yet. There's probably not any reason to do an update, but once again, we welcome all the new members here this evening and all of our returning members. As a reminder, and I just wanted to let everybody know, the Ohio Municipal League has new council member training, which takes place. We tried to send folks and get folks to attend that at the beginning of a new term. This year, the one that we will be attending will be the Saturday. They're always on Saturday. Sorry about that, folks. But February 21st. And if you will let the council clerk know that you will be attending, she will take care of the registration, and also we will get that payment made because we all as a group have to pay on one. So if you would go ahead and do that and get her that information prior to February 13th, which is the last day that we can register to attend that. So it should be a good presentation, goes through a lot of different topics, and I know some of you went. Councilmember Hoop went at the beginning of last term, and Councilmember Bizjack attended, so it's always a good refresher. So I'd ask people to go ahead and do that and sign up. Can we have the announcement of scheduled meetings?
Sure. I have next regular sessions of council, January 26, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. And then the next one was February 9th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. in council chambers, both of them.
We have no special meetings. We have no regularly scheduled committee meetings as of yet.
No, sir.
When you get your committee meetings scheduled, please get with the clerk about that in order to also get the rooms and, reserved. Reading of bills.
I have one of them, essentially two. I have MNCO for $153.01. And then I have another one for the pro forma invoice that has yet to be received for the legislation book. So I'm still waiting on that invoice to come through.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to pay the bill.
Second.
A motion and second to pay the bill. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. We have no need for an executive session this evening. I would take a motion to adjourn.
Mr. President, I'd like to make that motion. We adjourn.
Second.
A motion and second to adjourn. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. This meeting is adjourned. Councilmember Carr, please remember to come and sign your legislation.
Hey, Joe. I met with